Welcome to Pretty Paul Singh Investments. Fish processing is our business, and the following is a guideline for potential employees. Pretty Paul Singh Investments Incorporated's food safety and quality policy is to provide the highest quality and safest seafood by embracing the highest standards of performance and reliability, and thus consistently satisfying the mutually agreed needs and expectations of its customers, such as its products are always safe to consume and always conforming to statutory and regulatory requirements. This ensures that the company achieves success in business. The company supports a successful food safety culture by instituting safe working practices and procedures developed through effective hazard analysis, training, and experience. Detailed organizational arrangements and food safety responsibilities for all levels of management are contained in the Food Safety and Quality Manual. This policy is thoroughly communicated throughout the organization, and a copy is provided and explained to each employee by the department's managers or the quality manager. PSI Incorporated's food safety policy will be subject to continuous review and revision, particularly when changes to legislation or technical knowledge occur. Please note that your job history is required by management when you apply for a job here. This is necessary as Pretty Paul Singh Investments cannot employ any person who has previously worked as a garbage collector or in a similar occupation. Food Handler Certificate. All employees must have a valid food handler certificate, which is an assessment indicating that the employee is healthy and fit to be on the job. Our overseas customers have strict requirements when it comes to the personal hygiene of our employees. Procedure for entrance to processing plant. To gain entry to the compound, you must first collect your identification badge from the security at the main entrance. You start by entering the locker room and uplifting the footwear assigned to you by your locker number. You then proceed to the dressing room, where you remove your street clothes and put on your clean factory clothing. You must also remove your personal footwear and put on the factory footwear. Place street clothes into lockers. Food should not be stored in lockers. Food lockers are provided in the canteen. Also in your locker, you will find your overall, cap, and beard net. Unfold your overalls and get dressed. Double check to ensure clothing is securely fitted. Do the same for your beard net. Place the cap on your head, then proceed to the sanitation bay. At the entrance to the sanitation bay, collect a plastic apron. As you approach the sanitation bay, you will see on your left posters with rules you must adhere to when working in the processing plant. At this point, you will be inspected by sanitation personnel. They will check your hair, nails, and facial hair to ensure that they all comply with the regulations. You begin the sanitation process by stepping into the sanitizing foot dip. Then you move to the sink for hand washing. At knee height, you will find the pedal. Pressing it with your knee allows a flow of water. Reaching towards the soap dispenser, take 2 squirts of the liquid soap there. Lather your hands from elbows to fingertips, the backs of your hands between all your fingers, and even under your nails. Rinse your hands thoroughly from elbows to fingertips. Proceed to the hand sanitizing unit. Place both hands, palms down, in the unit. Remove your hands after they have been sprayed with the sanitizing liquid. The retaining bar will then be... On entering the plant, your apron will be sanitized by personnel assigned to do so. If the sanitization process is not properly carried out, our product will be exposed to harmful bacteria such as Salmonella and E. coli, which in many cases are considered deadly. We strongly encourage you to adhere to the instructions about sanitizing yourself when entering the processing plant, and also when using the washroom facilities. In the processing plant, a supervisor on duty will assign you to your working station. At Pretty Paul Singh Investments, talking or mingling while at work is prohibited, and we strongly encourage you as a responsible employee to see that this becomes part of your work habit in the processing plant. Also, if you see any employee breaking that rule, report it to your supervisor immediately. During the processing of shrimp, ensure that there are no shells, swimmerettes, no shrimp heads, or tails going into the final package boxes. Also, there are harmful foreign objects that can be found among the shrimps, like plastics, metals, seashells, insects, and rock fragments, as well as fish scraps. And these pieces of fish are difficult to identify, so pay keen attention during processing so as to identify them. These and other foreign objects must be removed immediately from the product line, and a report made to the production manager and quality control. These can create problems for our operation when found by customers buying the final product, and we don't want that to detract them from the great products we produce and sell around the world. Procedure for exiting processing plant. Should you need a break for the washroom or otherwise, please follow the exit procedure. Remove and store away your gloves. Enter the exit bay, rinse your long boots and apron, then leave the plant and go to the locker room. To use the washroom, you remove your overalls, cap, beard net, and footwear. You can now proceed to using the washroom. When finished, wash your hands thoroughly as per the initial procedure. The sanitizing personnel will sanitize your hands again, then replace all your factory clothing again. Then you can replace your apron and you can now re-enter the processing plant. Movements of workers. The movement of workers is restricted. You should not move from clean to dirty areas, nor within sections, for example between the raw material and processing area with the same protective gear. Report unidentified persons. Employee sickness report. Employees are reminded to report any illness to their supervisors, who would determine if they should continue to work. Sighting of pests. Employees must also report any sighting of pest activity to your relevant supervisor or manager or the quality control department. Pests include, but are not limited to, rats or mice, fleas, ants, birds, cockroaches, mosquitoes, etc. Thank you for watching and listening. We strongly advise that you adhere to all the rules and regulations that govern shrimp processing at Pretty Paul Singh Investments.